right? So this is one of the problems from the book. I don't want you to find the right answer. I want you to tell me what Cook proposed first. So if you're going to find a nice wacky play.
13 to 10, 6 to 5.
Thank you. Well done. 13 to 10, 6 to 5. It's pretty obvious that you should leave two blocks exposed to direct shots, not move your anchor or do anything else. All right? What do you think the right play is? How many people making the 5 point? Half-ish. Give me another play.
Slot 5 and 21.
Right. So that is split and slot. That's probably not. Yeah. Right. Now give me the right play.
Cool. 2 up the back.
Sorry?
2 up the back.
2 up at the back. So 24 to 21, 24 to 22. Now again, it's all about very small differences. So here, white hasn't got an 8 point. You can put pressure on the block. There are only 8 men in the attack zone, right? All of the front men are actually well placed. Yeah. If you make the 5 point, you get some duplication of 4s, but it's more important here to get the back men going. So without spending another 20 minutes on it, it's very hard to give the total answer to this. But you should look at the number of men in the zone, the flexibility of white's structure. Now is the time to get the back men activated. One more from Cook. Now I want the Cook play first.
He doesn't make his ace point, I know that.
All right.
8, 2, 5, 4.
Sorry?
8, 2, 5, 4. Oh, no.
No, not even Cook could dredge that one up. His son would have done, Walter Cook.
He must be slotting the 4.
Yes, slotting the 4, so where's... Yes, 13 to 7, 5 to 4. Leaving 1s and 2s, but a very pure position, which does not meet the demands of the position in any way whatsoever. And the right play? 8 to 2 to 1, right? So one of the things that the computers are taught is that if you started the ace point, make it. So you put the guy on the bar. You're not in a great position, particularly here anyway, but you have got the possibility of a blitz attack. If you remember the instructions at the start, 1 man back, attack. And this is an ideal position for that. Right. So that was the fun bit. So points to consider in the middle game. So check McGreal's criteria for the strength of your opponent's home board. Life after death means fundamentally if the slot is hit, is the game over? Right? Or is it just a setback? Sometimes if it is death, then it probably, possibly at least, might not be the right play. How's the race? All right. You tend not to slot in equal positions where the race is pretty equal. Is your opponent on the bar? Great time to slot if your opponent's on the bar. How many back checkers? Where's the cube? And what's the gammon risk? So quite a few things to consider, and we'll pick some of them up as we go through the rest of the positions. So let's have a simple start. Black to play a 1. Slot, split, or smooth. Smooth means 6 to 5.
10 men in the zone,
Okay, the race is 153, 147 in case you can't read it. All right, audience voting time. Right, who's slotting? Zoe? Who's splitting? Nobody. Who's smoothing? Everybody. Everybody's right. All right, so your opponent's got a better board. It's got 10 men in the zone, right? The race is equal. There's just no need to go mad, fundamentally. It's a well-balanced position. Giving your opponent the best part of 16 or whatever numbers it is to hit is just too much in this position. You just need to wait and see what happens, fundamentally. So, not a good position for slotting. Right. Now let's make it a bit more difficult. 5 and 1. I'm going to give you the 5. 13 to 8. You get at least 30 seconds to think about this one. Right, 30 seconds is over. Now, how many slots and how many splits? So, slotting, quite high. Splitting, right, so basically the slots have it, and the slot is the right play here. And again, it's slightly counterintuitive to a certain extent because it's one man back, so should you be trying to prime him? Again, the problem is 5, 8, 10 men in the zone, so there's a potential attack if you split. There's a huge reward if the slot is not hit. Yeah?
How bad would 11 10 do that?
It doesn't do anything. One of the issues, one of the things about backgammon, you can put the men where you want them. Actually, he's probably better placed on the 11 point because it gives him a good 6 in variations where things are hit. So that is an idea. And remember what I said earlier about can you make the point naturally? So if you play 13 to 8 and split, actually you've got 3 real builders plus potentially the one on the bar, and you're nowhere near favourite to make it. And you will continually be nowhere near favourite to make the 5 point in this position. Right? So yes, you might be lucky and roll 6-1 next time, that's fine, you make the point. But the point about slotting is it accelerates the whole experience. So if white does not roll a 4 after you've slotted, then you potentially have a very strong position because you will now be as clear favourite to make it. Another point is white can't divert anywhere else and attack you while your slot procedure is going on. In other words, your anchor stops him doing anything on the back to divert you from potentially making the slot next time, and that's another important point. You tend not to slot if you're never going to get the chance to make it because what is happening elsewhere on the board. So I should probably put that in my list of criteria, that you have time to carry out the threat that you have initiated.
If you hit now, it's much less harmful than if you hit later.
Yeah, yeah. So again, good point. So if you're hit after the slot, you're not going to have any trouble coming in. You can get into a holding game. At worst, if you get hit with 4-6, you can end up in a back game. There are a number of ways the game could go.